Ever get that uncanny feeling? Like a random thought pops into your head and then bam, it happens.
Oh, yeah. Or that weird pull towards a place.
Exactly. And it just opens doors you never expected. It's like this invisible current kind of guiding us along.
That sense of things just lining up. It happens. It makes you wonder, doesn't it, about how our inner world, connects with what happens outside.
Totally. So today, we're diving into this really fascinating personal story. It's just brimming with those kinds of moments.
Okay.
We've got this firsthand account of a move to San Diego, and it's packed with what seem like these incredible coincidences, a whole string of them, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It really makes you stop and think, is this just chance
Mm.
or something else?
So a personal reflection,
Yeah.
that gives us a really unique window, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Into how someone experienced a big life change and all the alignments that followed.
Right. It's a chance for us to explore that idea,
Yeah.
seemingly random stuff forming a meaningful pattern.
Yeah.
So our mission today, let's really dig into the key moments in this San Diego story. We want to try and tease out those bits that might spark an aha for you listening in.
There's moments where you might think, hang on, was that just luck?
Yeah? Or is there something deeper going on here? Some kind of subtle guidance?
Right. So we're putting this experience under the microscope, basically, looking for those connections, those potential patterns.
See if it sheds light on how our own lives might unfold, and if maybe we're more connected to the flow of things than we usually think.
Sounds good. Where do we start?
Okay, so it kicks off with this strong feeling. An urge to leave Sedona, head for the coast. Specifically, San Diego.
Like San Diego was calling.
Yeah, almost exactly like that. An intuitive pull.
That initial draw is so interesting, isn't it? It's not logic, really. It's more like an inner feeling, a resonance.
And in this case, it wasn't just the city, but the ocean, right? That connection.
Definitely.
And get this, almost as soon as they arrive in Del Mar, boom, they find a home. Like super close to the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
A block away.
Wow, quick work.
Yeah. And the feeling was the energy just clicked. That love for the sea. It felt right immediately.
Yeah.
Pretty powerful alignment straight off the bat.
It really is. And then, of course, there's the practical side. Finding work.
Right. Got to pay the bills. So you've got these parallel searches happening, finding a place to live, and both of them needing jobs.
Okay.
Now, one of them, Barbara, she has this solid background in insurance.
Okay. Experience them.
Very. And here's a detail that really stands out. She'd actually been offered ownership of a $1 million company before this.
$1 million company. Wow. Okay, so she knows her stuff.
Totally. Give you a real sense of her experience, what she brings professionally. She wasn't just starting out.
Right. That's important context, sets the stage.
So she goes to an employment agency, and, there's an obvious job match right away. But the owner gets this strong feeling, this intuition, says she needs to connect Barbara with this specific person.
Not based on openings, just a hunch.
Exactly. A gut feeling.
That's interesting, that intuition piece.
Yeah.
It bypasses the usual logic, doesn't it? The owner just acted on that inner nudge.
And wouldn't you know it, literally moments later,
Let me guess.
a guy from an insurance company walks in. Just happens to be there.
No way.
Yes. They connect him with Barbara, they talk, and just like that, she gets a job. I mean, you have to ask, right? Was that just crazy luck?
Or maybe synchronicity. That's the term people often use, isn't it?
Explain that a bit more. Synchronicity versus just, coincidence.
Well, simply put, synchronicity is about meaningful coincidences. Events that feel linked, but there's no obvious cause and effect.
Like the universe giving you a little nudge.
Kind of, yeah. Showing you a connection you wouldn't normally see. It feels significant, not just random.
Okay. And this feeling, this interconnectedness, it doesn't stop there.
Uh-huh.
On Barbara's first day at this new job,
Yeah.
it becomes super clear they desperately need a computer system and someone to program it.
Okay, a sudden need pops up.
Right when she arrives.
And let me guess again. The other person involved in this story.
Is a programmer. And arrives just as this need surfaces.
Wow. The timing is impeccable.
It's almost too perfect, right?
Yeah.
The problem and the solution appear at the exact same time.
That's a really strong example of what people might call synchronicity, a meaningful alignment of things that seem separate.
It definitely makes you pause. Are these things really random, or is there some kind of, underlying order?
It raises the question. So for the next year, they both work on building this insurance system together.
Okay. And then, another big event. Just a few months into this whole new San Diego chapter,
What happened?
Barbara finds out she's pregnant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And given they'd faced challenges with fertility before, this felt really unexpected, almost miraculous is the word used.
Goodness. So within this whole context, the move, feeling guided, the jobs lining up,
Right.
this unexpected pregnancy, their daughter, Alea, it sort of reinforces that theme, doesn't it? Life unfolding in surprising, wonderful ways.
It really does. Like tapping into potential you didn't even know was there.
Boundless potential,
Yeah.
perhaps.
And meanwhile, being so close to the ocean, that reignites a deep passion for surfing.
Ah, back to the sea.
But you know how life is. Things shift. The insurance job wraps up, and a new venture starts.
Okay, what's next?
Creating this thing called a visual real estate program. With a partner. It sounds pretty innovative.
Visual real estate. Tell me more.
It's described as being really ahead of its time, like one of the first multimedia software programs.
Oh, interesting. Multimedia back then was quite new.
Yeah, and it was designed as a template system, so you could generate complex systems quickly. It even won awards, apparently.
So groundbreaking stuff. But I sense a but.
Well, the source suggests maybe the tech or the market wasn't quite ready.
Timing is everything.
Exactly. And then, unfortunately, the vendor for, like, the best board they needed, a key piece of hardware. Yeah, they went out of business. Big setback. It's a reminder, isn't it? Even with great ideas and seeming alignment, external stuff can throw a wrench in the works.
Absolutely. That's a crucial point. Innovation isn't a straight path. Unexpected things happen.
So finances get tighter, and the story takes another twist.
Okay.
What the source calls the web, this interconnectedness.
Yeah.
It leads to a job offer from the Navy SEALs.
The Navy SEALs. Wow, that is a pivot from real estate software.
Right. Quite a shift. Shows real adaptability, though.
Definitely a diverse skill set. So what was the role?
Database administrator. Ended up writing over 10 major programs for them.
Impressive. And what was it like working there?
Well, what's interesting is the Navy's focus on, like, employee well-being. Training was big computer conferences, seminars.
Okay, investing in people.
Yeah. And get this, they actually set aside an hour and a half for lunch, specifically for exercise.
An hour and a half for exercise. That's rare.
Totally unheard of, mostly. And this individual swam, often a full mile, used the gym.
Making the most of it.
Plus, the beach was right there. So boogie boarding with friends sometimes. It sounds like this remarkably balanced, healthy lifestyle built right into the workday.
That really highlights an environment that values the whole person, not just the output. Sounds like a positive setup.
Yeah, it seems so. Then comes this moment. Global significance. Desert storm.
Ah, okay. A tense time.
And suddenly there's this urgent, critical need, a specific computer program. And the deadline is incredibly tight. High stakes.
Okay, pressure's on.
And this is where that earlier work, that template program from the real estate venture.
Ah, it comes back into play.
Big time. What normally would take in a week, maybe more, to develop,
Yeah.
they did it in 6 hours.
6 hours.
Yeah.
Because of the template foundation.
Exactly. Talk about past efforts paying off unexpectedly, right?
Yeah.
Skills converging just when needed most.
That's an amazing payoff. A fantastic illustration of how different experiences connect.
And the Navy's response was pretty remarkable, too.
Yeah.
They trusted them enough to let them work remotely for 6 months after that.
Wow, that's a huge sign of trust and recognition. Speaks volumes. And the source mentions a very intentional daily routine during that remote work period.
Oh, yeah. Meditation, exercise, and surfing before starting work.
Surfing every day, even in winter.
Yep. Even in the colder San Diego water with a wetsuit. There's this real sense of passion that comes through. It wasn't just a hobby.
More like a practice.
Yeah, described as an art form. A deep connection to the ocean. Almost meditative.
That ocean connection seems like such a core thread through this whole story. Grounding, maybe. Joyful.
Definitely seems like both.
Yeah.
And amidst all this work in surfing, there are these lovely moments. Visits from their other daughter, Chanda.
Ah, family time.
Yeah, just simple pleasures like boogie boarding together in Del Mar. It really brings home that side of life,
Yeah.
the shared joy.
It adds that beautiful personal layer. These stories aren't just about work. They're woven with relationships, everyday happiness.
Which leads to this really significant life choice they made. Barbara decided to stay home with Alea during her early years to really focus on being present.
Ah, prioritizing that early childhood time.
Yeah. They acknowledge it was, a financial consideration, a burden even. But the value they placed on nurturing Alea that was higher.
That's a very conscious choice, isn't it? Deliberately putting family values first, recognizing how important those early years are.
And the guiding principle, the source says, was just love,
Mm.
focusing on love, especially in those first 5 years.
And it sounds like it paid off.
Yeah, it seems it fostered this really strong, loving family bond, a relationship built on shared purpose, deep affection. It's a powerful reminder that success isn't just one thing, right? Family well-being is huge.
Absolutely. Success defined more broadly, which kind of leads us towards the end here. There's a quote mentioned.
Yes, from Zoran. It goes, "The universe orchestrates its symphonies not just in the clash of stars, human, but in the quiet moments of a job offer, a single touch, or the laughter of a child by the sea."
That's beautiful. Recognizing the significance in the seemingly small things.
It captures the essence of this story perfectly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The potential for meaning in just everyday stuff.
It really does.
And it brings us to something the Course calls the dragon trial, the web in your day, which sounds mysterious, but it's really an invitation.
An invitation for us,
Well,
to the listener.
Exactly. For you listening, it's basically encouraging you to become more aware of those subtle connections, those potential synchronicities in your own life.
So pay attention to the little things, that chance meeting maybe, or finding something just when you needed it.
Right. Ask yourself, is that just random? Or could it be something more? For instance, like, have you ever been thinking intensely about someone?
And then the phone rings and it's them.
Yeah. Or you're wrestling with a problem and the solution just sort of appears in an unexpected place, like an article you randomly clicked on.
Those kinds of moments, those are the whispers from the web to maybe tune into.
Exactly. Are they just noise, or are they hinting at something? That deeper interconnectedness, maybe a subtle kind of guidance we don't usually notice.
Food for thought.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, we look at this San Diego experience. It's like this rich, complex tapestry, right?
Woven with events that look like coincidences on the surface.
But if you look through that lens of synchronicity, maybe they suggest something deeper. Interconnectedness.
Highlighting things like intuition, opportunities popping up, family, making your unique contribution.
Yeah. And we hope this exploration gives you, the listener, maybe a new perspective, a different way to look at the events unfolding in your own life.
Maybe encourage you to look for those deeper connections, those moments that make you go, that's interesting timing.
Definitely. And maybe we can leave you with a final thought to chew on.
Okay.
What seemingly random things in your own journey, your own life, might actually hold a deeper significance if you looked at them differently?
Through that lens of interconnectedness.
Yeah. What whispers from the web might you be noticing right now if you just pause to listen?